She's with us today. She also happens to be the author's mother. I would now request her to share her thoughts with us.
His Excellency, Honorable Shri Pahanyaji, Lady Governor, the various dignitaries in the audience, on the dais, my family members and all members of the media and press. Today is a really joyous day for me, and at the outset I would like to express first my thanks to the Honorable Governor Ji, who has given time for this honorable, for me I would say it is very honorable and joyous both moment, the release of book of my daughter Sumita. I am also thankful to the Lady Governor who has been kind to accompany Governor Sahib being here for this occasion. Seeing so many persons in the audience, this really gives me a very good feeling as if it is my achievement. It's really difficult to say words on this joyous moment, which is filled with so many emotions. I wish my husband was here, because even though not he only, but I should say we did not contribute to the literary taste and the literary inclination of my daughter Sumita. Because I really wondered sometimes that how could she write so many poems and when there was nothing in the family environment to provide such a literary interest. Because we being the family of doctors with science background, we hardly talked of literature and poetry or anything which would be concerning with the literature. But how she could write, it's something that must have been innate, must have been in something God gifted or in the nature. But because we did not provide, as the science says, inheritance or the environment which molds the inheritance, so it was something which might be some other environment which she was building around herself rather than the environment being provided to the family. But I would definitely compliment her that she was an avid reader since childhood. As a young child of 6 years, 7 years, when we were abroad, she would bring one book daily from the library and finish it. I was one day sometimes. Whether she's really turning pages or she's reading. And stand book from her one day. And then I said, Sweetie, tell me what have you read. And she would narrate me so I really would understand that she is really reading. But except if course books, she would keep on reading books and books. And maybe somewhere she contributed her literary taste over there. So much so that after high school, when she opted for the arts group and leaving the science, I was really little upset. Why she is leaving science? Because I could not think of anything beyond science. That one could do so well in life without science. But she said, all right, science is very good. I like it. Doesn't mean that I don't like science. But something I don't like, that you can't be imaginative. You can't be creative on your own unless that creativity will become when you are really working in a good atmosphere, good laboratories or then only you can create something. But you cannot imagine immediately. But with arts, you can keep on thinking and creating something, writing the way you like, but in science you can't do. So maybe that was the starting of her scientific, her literary event which was written and she could take out at that time. The other thing is that when I quite some time back when I read just one or two poems here and there, which really upset me was something I thought that why she writes things which are having sadness around. Why something sometimes I feel it is a pessimistic view. At least I wouldn't appreciate much that why what is there which gives her to write these emotions which have got something missing somewhere or some emotions. Because I always thought what has changed her? She was always a child full of life, always creating or eating happiness around. And then she is having these thoughts. Is there something wrong in her? But it was only one or two instances I would give you, but I have not seen the whole thing, which was really having the differences of moods and thoughts. Maybe I'm sure she must have diversified her thoughts and interests and ways of expressions, and maybe those were the momentary expressions which I could really read in one or two poems and I felt bad about it, that this is probably some problem with my daughter. So, I mean, this is mother's expression probably, that she was showing the concern about the daughters. Because then I thought, okay, these emotions, this sort of thoughts, maybe they are the stimulus to write in different ways. Because there is Sumita Misra says, "Viyogi hoga pehla kabhi aaj se upja hoga gan." So these thoughts are also important to really stimulate you, to really put pen down what you thought at times, and then gradually you can keep on changing your moods and you will write in different ways, taking different aspects of life and putting them down in pen. And I'm sure and I wish that she would be really in future writing a more versatile aspect of life and takes all the aspects. Because no one has got a life which is always full of happiness or always full of sadness. It's always a mixture. And we have to learn how to live with this mixture. And the poet probably they can express it better, and we are not that good in the expression of all these things. But nevertheless, I would feel, and I feel that I am really a proud mother of a daughter who has achieved so much, and I am happy at her achievements and at her success. And this also reminds me that, because I have been a professional woman, so behind every professional woman, as people say, behind and every successful man is a successful woman. No, I would say, especially for the professional woman, there is always a supporting husband, supporting family, and whether they are kids or whether it's in-laws or those near and dear ones in the family, is very important, especially for a lady, to really go high and rise in the life and do something, and still that inspiration is the food for working still and striving hard and going for a high in the life. So the family members should never undermine their support and their part which they provide to the working women for really to show their skills in the different aspects, different fields of life. Once again I thank the publisher who has done such a good job, and especially the cover is very nice. It is not, it's a bright cover, so what thoughts I had in the beginning, maybe they are corrected by this. I would be failing here if I don't thank Sri Khushwant Singh, who has really been inspiring her to put her poems in a book form, even though he is not here, but I really am really grateful to him. Once again, I express my thanks to Governor Sahab, the Lady Governor, Mr. Mahin Kumar, the other organizers, and especially the audience, which has really created a feeling of having achieved something in me. So what to say of the person who has really written this book and whose book is being launched, being released by not a lesser person but the governor of the state. So I'm really honored by this. Thank you very much for your presence and for giving
Pramila Shardi, former CSEC.
The publisher, Mr. Harish Jain.